Hi, welcome back to my channel. So very quick update this week because I did a lot of hand sewing and that's not very exciting. I am super excited to share the update on my Sakizo build and then my upcoming plans for the next few weeks. I have been super happy to have been hand sewing all week because it has been so cold that I'm just trying to stay wrapped in blankets in front of a space heater and stay warm. So hand sewing apparently is very great for that. This is just gonna be a quick update. If this is something you like, make sure to hit the like button, and if you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section below and subscribe to my channel for more things like this from me. So far, this week, last week we left off with the panel being halfway done and then the applique, the three-piece applique sewn on. And today I can share with you that I have a completely finished panel. And as I mentioned, I wanted to finish one so that when I come back to doing all of the embroidery and stuff, I will remember exactly what I want to do, because it's going to be a little bit before I can go back and make the others. But this is it. So I have a combination of beading and gems and sequins on this. I was trying to give it a little bit of sparkle, and it took me a bit to figure out exactly what it is that I wanted to do, because the needle does poke holes in this rame when it sews, and I was uncertain if I would be happy with that. So I'll just walk you through my thought process. So I knew right off the bat the entire edge needed to be covered in beads. This is hiding the raw edge of my applique. I did seed beads around everything that had a pretty tight curve, and then I threw in some bugle beads with a combination of seed beads to get around anything else that was sort of straight but had like these little points and curves. I added some seed beads in there, and then I did bugle beads around the top. These little twisty bugle beads are super beautiful. They sparkle so well. And then I needed to hide the edges of the three pieces on the inside, so I decided to go ahead and add these bugle beads and seed beads around the leaves because we have a cut edge here that I needed to hide. Down right here is another cut edge, so I just put a line of bugle beads. I did have some flat embroidery in the flowers, but I knew I wanted to make those stand out a little bit more, so I did do 3 rows of sequins around the design, and they're not perfectly identical, which I'm okay with, because in the artwork these flowers are also not perfectly identical because they're hand drawn. So I thought that sort of added a bit of character to the panel, so I really liked the way that that looked. And then I just added some accent sequins down here. And then up here at the top, I had a bunch of holes caused by the needle, and I decided those I did not like. So I went ahead and glued on some tiny gems to hide all of those holes. So I did that for here, and well, apparently I'm not done. So I totally forgot to glue gems here. So I need to do that, but you can get a good look at what those holes looked like before I added the gems. So we'll have the gems here, and here. And then I just let the embroidery show here. And then the thing that I forgot, I thought I was done, but actually I'm still waiting on some things to arrive from Amazon. I have some additional flat gold pieces that are going to cover up these extra little circles. And then I have a large gold piece that's going to cover up this circle. So I'm almost done, but I'm considering myself done. I'll go back and add in these gems later tonight or tomorrow so that I don't forget again. So that's my little panel. I'm super pleased with how it turned out. It's not perfect. We have some, a little bit of a wobble in the trim in this gimp braid, and the top is not even, but this part is not going to be seen because there is another skirt that goes on top. All in all, there will be 4 skirts if you consider the panels a skirt, and I am. So there will be 4 skirts, but this is my first panel, and you can get an idea of what this is going to look like. And now this is gonna go on the mannequin and be shelved for the next few days. So I pulled out my planner so that I could go ahead and plan out how I want to accomplish the next part of this build. The underskirt is not finished. I have the gathers made and on the skirt, which does about 3/4 of the way around, but the front still needs those flower smocking things and a front panel. And once I have that done, then I'll go back and do these other panels. So to keep myself on track, I pulled out the planner I made specifically for this build. Scratched out the November to put in January, February because I stopped working on this in November and my original planning fell through. So I have some new goals for January and February. I plan to finish the flower smocking, which will completely finish the second skirt. And I'm going to finish the panel embroidery and then finish the panels, but I don't think I'm going to get to actually finish this upper skirt until March. So my planner goes week by week, day by day, starting on Monday, and I've got like a little budget here and a little to purchase. So for the end of January, I just plan on running my embroidery machine in the background to make these next embroidery pieces. I have 6 more panels that I need to create, so 3 applique pieces per panel. I gave myself a day for each piece. Like one day will be panel 2.1, the next day will be panel 2.2, and so on and so forth. While that's going on next week, I will be working on the flower smocking so that I can get that finished. And all in all, if things go well, next week I'll finish the flower smocking, get it on the skirt, get the underskirt completely finished, and also add the bias tape around a section of the underskirt where I want to hide the seam where I sewed on the gathered part. So, and then I'm going to lose a week because I have a business trip coming up, and then I'll be guesting at MegaCon. Come see me if you're going to be there. I will be posting another video next week detailing a little bit of what I plan to do there once they finish the schedule. They have a draft schedule out, but it's not finalized. The week after that is when it picks back up. I'm going to continue the embroidery, and by then I should be able to start assembling my second panel and working on the hand sewing. I'm giving myself a week to do the hand beading and whatnot, and the assembling and everything of a panel. So hopefully I can complete 1 panel a week. The hand sewing takes me days because I do all this after work, so I just have to slot it in where I can, on top of other things like getting some exercise in and doing some other recreational activities. So I think I can do 1 a week. So with that, that has me finishing up the panels in March. Actually, I should be able to finish up the last panel the week of March 17th if I can stay on the schedule. And then once that is complete, I will finish up putting this upper skirt together with the thought that I will have the panels done by the 3rd week of March. So the last week of March, I can make the very final skirt, the top skirt, which is like a gathered thing. So theoretically, if I could stay on track and nothing wild happens, I can get this skirt completely finished by the end of March, which will bring me to April, where I can refocus some of my goals, which is to finish up any other part of the skirt that I didn't get to finish in March, and finish the crinoline and go back to the leather corset. Now I do have a decision to make. I want to compete at the Friday night costume contest at Dragon Con with Draculaura, and I need to make a decision probably at the beginning of April if I shelve Sakizo again for a little bit and pivot over to making Draculaura so that I can have her done with enough time in advance of Dragon Con so I don't wind up going into con crunch, or do I continue working on Sakizo for another month and do Draculaura in May, June, July. I haven't decided. I need to sit down and make a little planner for that build so that I can understand my timelines and how much leeway I have. But once I get this skirt done on Sakizo, I get to go to the leather corset, which is something that I have been wanting to get back to for months now. I have all my pieces cut. I have the front panel completely tooled. I have one of the side panels tooled. So I just need to go in and finish the tooling, get all of my holes cut in, and then start sewing it together and shaping it. And like, I'm really excited to do that part. I love working with leather. So I'm really, really happy to go and do that, but it's just been sitting here for months now and I haven't had a chance to go back to it. But I made some really good progress and I should be able to get back to that soon. So the question is, do I go back to the Sakizo leather corset in April, or do I go to Draculaura, which I do believe I'm going to make out of leather, and I'll be able to pull out my Christmas present, which is this leather sewing machine my husband got me that I have fondly named Thumper. So do I get to take out my sewing machine thumper for the first time and utilize it on this next build. I just need to sit down and think about that because I think it's going to be far less complex, assuming I don't decide to crochet my own fabric for the tights. So that's where I am right now. So like I said, next week will be flower smocking. I'll have more updates then. I want to post videos about my upcoming MegaCon schedule and such. And I want to, and I have a couple other videos I think I might do for the week that I'm gone, either a video about how to get started in cosplay, which was a question that was asked to me quite a bit at Animate Raleigh, so I feel like that might be a valuable one to post. Or do I post a video about the Wicked experience at Universal? And there's also a Disney Broadway experience right now at Epcot. So like I'm kind of uncertain which way I want to go. So if you have an opinion on that, let me know down in the comments and I will make the one that seems like it'll be more interesting to you all. But with that, that's what I have. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content from me and continue watching the epic build that this, I hope, will be in the end. And I will see you in my next video.